Hey everyone, this is Scott. Forgot to grow up. Welcome to another edition of ReWatching Legion. Today I'm talking about Season 2, Chapter 15. I'm just going to share my general thoughts after having just finished rewatching this episode. In this episode, David confronts the Shadow King about Amy, and the team deals with having being infected by delusions, or delusion tart chickens as they are kind of appear to be in the show. But yeah, so this episode kind of starts off first with David kind of confronting Farouk about the fact that Farouk changed Amy into Lenny, pretty much essentially killing Amy and taking his sister away from him. And this is like the last straw for David. He tells Farouk, I ain't helping you no more. I'm going to find your body and I'm going to destroy it. And Farouk's like, okay, I'm going to send you back to the kids' table now, which I find very condescending, but also kind of, he's not completely wrong. David still doesn't completely embrace the fact that he is the most powerful person on the planet. If he wanted to end Farouk, he just had to think about it, and it's already done. So he doesn't even have to go to the extent of getting his body. So it's a very interesting thing, because Farouk knows just how powerful David is, truly how powerful David is, and David still questions himself, and Farouk's still just kind of laughing at him, being like, okay, well, while you're still, playing at the kids' table, I'm going to go take over the world. So I really enjoyed that little dynamic between them. We also see Farouk visiting the future Sid, and we see why the future Sid is kind of why she's motivated to help find Farouk's body and save Farouk, because David's the one who causes the future to go to shit, because after in future Sid's timeline. So that was interesting to see them interact and kind of future Sid kind of give in and be like, yeah, I guess you're right, but it's like, wait, you can find somebody else that could take on David? It's only the Shadow King? There's nothing else? You can think, maybe tell David he's the one that goes bad before he goes bad? He's a good guy sometimes. So I thought that was interesting. I really enjoyed the fact that everybody gets infected with this delusion, or a delusion implanted in them, and that they're represented by this tar chicken looking thing, and so that was just interesting to see that play out. They all going to get this paranoia about the head of it, Admiral something or other, the guy with the wicker basket on his head. So it was interesting to see the team fighting off his vermilions, I believe is what they're called. But then it also ends with David being like, hey, stop, and then he takes the delusions out. But one of the delusions was a little bigger than the others and burst out of autonomy. I don't know how to say that guy's name. It's confusing. Autonomy. That guy, the guy with the memory dude. And so he ends up kind of dying, but also having his mind implanted into the framework. That part I can't remember exactly how that plays out. So I'm interested to check out the next episode, because I believe it dives into that. And then at the end we see David versus the kind of giant delusion tar chicken thing, and I really enjoyed that, just as a another way they show how David can fight people using his ability, and not doing just kind of a straightforward because in reality it would just be like that and it's done, but I like how they kind of illustrated a little bit more for TV and how we see these things play out. So I really like that, completely red room, him just with the giant thing, and then him shrinking it down and just squashing it, because he does have that power. He just doesn't realize he has that over everything in the universe. So I really enjoyed that part in this. But yeah, that's all my general thoughts for this episode of Legion. I'm sure let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. Thanks again for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and have a good one.